Hello everybody and welcome to the Functions Homework 9, and this is where we are going to graph piecewise functions. To do that, we only have to do number 1. I know there's 3 problems on here, but you only have to practice number 1 for homework. And we have 3 equations: y equals negative x squared, y equals 3, and y equals parentheses x minus 5 parentheses squared plus 2. So the first thing we do is we write down all 3 of those equations with an xy table underneath each. So y equals negative x squared, y equals 3, and y equals x minus 5 squared plus 2. The next thing you want to do is look at the numbers of importance at the end. For y equals negative x squared, that says if x is less than negative 2. Now I don't care if there's a hard or soft bracket or if there's a equal to piece or not. I still start with this number, negative 2. And it says x is less than, so I want numbers that are smaller than negative 2. So negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, like so. So here I can plug it in. Negative 2 squared, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, times the negative in front is negative 4. Negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9, times the negative in front is negative 9. Negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4, which is 16, times the negative is negative 16. You circle your first point for the negative 2, and you say, was there an equal to piece or not? There was no equal to piece. So this top dot is an open dot. The rest of these are closed. Then I go to the second equation, y equals 3, and I notice the numbers are important are when x is between negative 2 and 7. So I want to label all the way from negative 2 all the way down to 7. And there is no x to plug into here. It just says y equals 3. So y equals 3 all the way down. Circle the numbers of importance, the top and the bottom. And you say, is there an equal to piece or not? Well, the negative 2 has the equal to piece and the 7 is not. So the negative 2 is a closed dot, but the 7 is an open dot, because there is no equal to piece for that. Last but not least, when you have something like this, first of all, look at the number of importance at the end. X is bigger than or equal to 7. So I would start off with 7. It's got the bigger than or equal to piece, so that's a closed dot. Bigger than 7 is 8 and 9 and 10. Now if you want to at any time on a quiz, you can always use a graphing calculator. You can go to y equals and clear out what you have. And you can type in parentheses x minus 5 parentheses squared plus 2. Second graph. And it can show you what these numbers are. If I scroll all the way down to 7, next to 7 is 6, next to 8 is 11, next to 9 is 18, next to 10 is 27. 27 and negative 16 are a little steep. I don't know if we're going to get those on our graph. So here, feel free to make it so that you can go by 2s. After all, I have to go all the way from negative 4 to 10. And you can go definitely by 2s. So what's the lowest I have to go? Negative 16. Okay. I think if I should go by 2s, if I should go by 4s. Maybe I can make it if I... I'm going to label this to go by 2s. And I'm label the y-axis to go by 2's. You can also go by 4's if you choose, whichever one you'd rather. You get to make your own scale, like so. So if I'm not going by 1's, I do have to label that. Otherwise, I'm assuming you're going by 1's. So back in my XY table, we saw that -2, -4 was an open dot, and then we had -3, -9. So -2, -4 is an open dot, and then over -3 is halfway, and down -9. So you'd have this coming down as part of an x squared, part of a parabola, kind of curvy. Then you have this whole segment right here from -2, 3, which is a closed dot, all the way to 7, 3, which is an open dot. Straight across the segment. -2, 3, -1, 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, and then 7, 3 said to make sure you were using an open dot. And then we have 7, 6 as a closed dot and 8, 11. So 7, 6 as a closed dot, 8, 11. And that's going up like an x squared again. So 7, 6 over 8 up 11. That's going up as part of an x squared as well. And that is your piecewise function right there. That is it. Just one more last look at the XY tables to make sure your work looks correct there. And then just one more last look at your graph. There should be no extra going beyond this or going beyond this. This should be pointing to the right. This should be pointing to the left if you did it correctly. And don't forget about your open and closed dots. So for example, if they said, what is f of 4? I go over 4 and I'm up at 3. If they said, what is f of 8? f of 7, I go over 7 and I don't want the open dot, I want the closed dot. I would say 6. So f of 7 would be 6 where the closed dot is. If they said, what is f of -2? I'd go over -2 and I wouldn't go down to here. I'd go up to where the closed dot is. That would be +3. And if I said, what is f of -3? I would say -9 down here. Thank you for watching.